Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today we are doing scary devil readings. Don't be scared. It's not actually about devils. It's about where in your life you feel trapped, that you are not as trapped as you think you are. Aha! So I have 3 devil cards from the tarot cards, and because in the devil card, the things that are there, they have chains on, but the chains can be removed. They're like really, really, really loose. Like these people could walk away at any time. These people don't even have chains, and look, they have nifty tails too, which is like awesome. But anyway, either way, they can just walk away. They are staying because of whatever reason, obligation or love or whatever. You know, they're staying because of something that they think is keeping them there and keeping them trapped. So they're staying because they think they're trapped, but they're not. So the readings today are going to be about how these are areas in which you think maybe that you are trapped, maybe you feel trapped, but you're not as trapped as you think you are. So take a look at the cards and see which of these has that message for you about an area of your life where you may feel trapped, but you actually aren't. So we have card number 1, which is the classic devil card from the Rider-Waite Tarot. We have card number 2, which is the relatively whimsical devil card from the Magical Forest Tarot. And we have card number 3, which is the elegant devil card with extra tails from the Aquarian deck. So which of these has a message for you about your current situation for whenever you find this reading? Feel into the cards, and I'm going to put the timestamps in the descriptions, and in the description there's not more than one, and I will see you there. Bye. Hello, card number 1 people. So I'm going to move this card over here. There they are. And I'm going to be reading with the carnelian runes, because carnelian has to do with courage, and it's going to take courage to get out of this situation that you think you're trapped in, but you're really not. So what is the reading that we need to get for card number 1 people? What do you need to know about this situation? Okay. Yes. I'm going to build the whole reading. I think I'm just going to stick with the same format that I've been using today. It's been useful. Okay. And there we go. Lovely. Lovely. Okay, card number 1 people. Your central issue right now is one of support, or you're worried about support and protection. You're concerned about support and protection. We have algaes. It's the rune of the elk, otherwise known as the moose. It has to do with protection and support. It looks like you are feeling trapped because you feel this is the situation in which you are the most supported, but it's not for your best interests. It's basically you're in there because you like this. You worry that you won't be able to support yourself if you leave it. So leading up to this has been a long blank period of time. You were able to sort of numb yourself to the situation for a long time, but now it's really come to the surface and you're feeling like, I really want to leave, but this is what supports me, and I'm afraid that if I leave I won't have the support I need. So what's going to help you? What's going to help you is, we're going to get you out of there. What's going to help you is, we have Nauthi's reversed. Nauthi's is the throne of need, and reversed, it's emergencies. So basically, Nauthi's always means tend your needs, but when it's reversed, it means there's needs that you know need to be done now. You need to take care of this like right away before anything else happens. So that's basically what you're going to be looking at. It's like, just take care of these, like make sure that they are taken care of, like move immediately. You know what they are, just get it done. And that's what's going to help you the most right now, is going from thing to thing to thing of these things. Make a list if you need to, or go as you go. And just start taking care of these things, and this will help you feel more like you are the one who's supporting you by doing this. But also it takes care of things, so it lays the groundwork so that you can actually do the things that you need to do, and maybe work towards getting out of this situation. What isn't going to help is we have Ooooo's reversed. So Ooooo's is the throne of communication and manifestation. Reversed on the lower line, it can mean a few things. One, not communicating is going to be a problem. Lack of communication is going to be a problem. And also mistrusting communication is going to be a problem, especially mistrusting communication with your inner self is going to be a problem. So lack of communication on all fronts is going to be an issue, and it's going to drag you down. Make sure that there's good communication happening, not only with you and the ones that you genuinely trust, but also with you and yourself. Because if you've been telling yourself, look, we got to get out of here, and you haven't been trusting you, then that's just as much of a problem as if you're not communicating with the people who you know can help you in the outer world. So if that starts to be the case, bring yourself right back up to Nauthi's reversed, which is where you're tending the extreme needs that you need to tend, the things that need your attendance immediately. Do that. That's what the runes are saying. Your next step is you're going to feel a lot more worthy. You're going to feel a lot more like your life is more worthy at that point, because you will have taken care of things. You will have laid the groundwork for possible steps to get these chains off. So it's Fehu. Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. It has to do with cattle, your cattle, the wealth that you tend. So it's things that you do have to keep tending to keep it being worthy, but it's worth it. So tend that wealth, tend those cattle, and keep your wealth and worth strong. But anyway, you're going to feel a lot more worthy after this step. What's going to help you at this point is now is when you're going to want to tap into your source energy. You've taken care of what you've needed to take care of, like the immediate things, but now what you want to do is make sure that you keep yourself energized. We have Sovilo, it's the rune of the sun. The sun has to do with source energy, so whatever it is that nourishes you at like a soul level and keeps you energized, that's what you got to do. Like that's what's going to help you at this point where you've already tended the most emergency needs, and now you're like, okay, I feel a little more worthy. I feel like this is a go where we want to definitely get these chains off. And now you're going to want to tap into your source energy, whether that's going out in nature, whether that's listening to music, whether that's creating something, whether that's having a good time with friends, whatever it is that actually energizes you and nourishes you, that's what you're going to want to do. So that's what's going to help you at this step. What isn't going to help is we have Berkana. So Berkana is the rune of birth and beginnings. So first of all, you're afraid of starting something new. Something very positive like this in the lower line usually has to do with fears about that thing. So there are fears about doing something. It's out of your comfort zone because it's not something you've done before. This is something you've just started really for like after a long time. It also has to do with sometimes family, because it's your yin identity, so it's the organic identity that's come through. So there may be a family element, and there may be also you're worried about your new self that you're birthing. Actually, it's not reversed, so it's not so much your new self, but it's sort of like it is an identity thing. So those are possibles. What definitely is a part of it is worried about beginning something new. If that starts to be the case, bring yourself back up to where you're getting your nourishment, where you're getting your energizing, where you're getting your source energy, and this is what's going to help you the most to move forward. And where the energy is, where you're getting that, you're going to be carried forward with that anyway. And what this is going to lead you to is I definitely see you getting out of these chains in the future. I don't know when this future is going to be, but you're definitely going to get out of there because, look, we have Tivaz. Tivaz is the rune of Tyr. Tyr is the warrior god, and this has to do with tending duties and responsibilities, but also picking up and moving forward with what you have the energy to pick up and move forward to do. So you get your energy all up, and then you're like, okay, you know what? I'm out of here. Pick up your sword and get the chains off, and out you go. So you can do this. You just need to do these things to help you find your own worth and that you can support yourself and that you can protect yourself. And the runes say it's good. The runes say it looks good. It looks good for you to be able to take those chains off and move forward. Again, there's no timeline for these things like these. It's basically cards and runes and other forms of divination. Generally, time is measured in events more than it's measured in clocks and calendars. So this, then this, then this. So, but there you go. This is an exciting reading. Card number 1, people. I wish you good luck, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, card number 2, people. So, card number 2, people, I'm going to move this card over here with the whimsical tarot of the magical forest and the poor little poodles at the bottom. And we're going to throw down some carnelian runes because carnelian has to do with courage, because you need courage to take those chains off. And we're going to find out about how you are feeling trapped and how you're not as trapped as you think you are, and how you can move forward and get those chains off. So don't worry, little poodles. We're going to get there. So I'm going to throw down the whole reading at once. And then we're going to see what message you have about that. Very good. So your central issue is, we have Ooooo's reverse. So Ooooo's is the rune of communication and manifestation. And right now it looks like the way that you feel trapped is that you're just not having the communication that you feel you need to. You feel like you need to wait for the communication. You feel like there's a lack of communication. Maybe you're being stonewalled. Maybe you're being ghosted. Maybe you're being, or maybe you just can't trust the communication that you're having, which is another read on Ooooo's reversed. So there's a real communication issue here, and you're staying for maybe you loved the communication that you had, but right now it's like being held ransom, and that's just not good. I mean, there's no point in staying if you feel, if you feel obligated, but there's just no communication. Communication is key to everything, so you need to basically have that. And if you not only are not having communication, but can't trust the communication that you get, that's an issue. So leading up to this, there's been... So it's the journey rune, but it's reversed. So it's something, a journey has ended. A journey that perhaps you were on maybe for some time has ended. And now you're in a situation where there's no communication happening. You feel trapped, but you're not as trapped as you think you are. So what is going to help you? We have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is the rune of active creation. So it's Ing's rune. Ing's another name for Frey. Frey is the fertility god, and it has to do with active creation. Basically, one of the main catchphrases I use for this rune is control what you can. You're not going to be able to control everything, but whatever you can control, get your hands in there and basically shape it into what you need it to be, because right now things are not working, and maybe the thing that isn't working is out of your control, but you can control other things. Like you can basically shape and create and form around you more of a life that is going to be helpful to you. What isn't going to help is just this blankness, this feeling of like you don't know, like it's like there's nothing. It's like the stone wall kind of thing, and it's like you feel like it gives you despair, and that's just not good. Like that's horrible. That can drag you down, and just like fixate on that. Fixate instead on what you can do. What can I do? Okay, well I can do this. I can take these steps, I can form this, I can shape this, things that you can do that are going to make things better for you. And what this is going to lead you to is, we have Avaz reversed. So I'm going to read this a couple ways. Avaz is the rune of the horse. The horse has to do with movement and also spirit. So first of all, you're not going to feel the need to run around as much as you did before. Like maybe you felt like, oh my gosh, I have to beg and jump up and down and run around and try to get what you're hoping for, which is not there. And the other thing that this has to do with is spirit. So tapping into your inner spirit, like letting your inner spirit carry you forward, is also going to be where you're going to be at moving forward. So you're not going to be moving like running in the outside world, but you are going to be not running around as much as you were, and also tapping into your inner spirit. What is going to help you there is, we have Yira. So Yira is the rune of the harvest and also time. So one, you're going to be aware of the knowledge of this is not going to be forever. Whatever this step is, after you've basically started working on things, and now you're like, okay, I'm not going to move at the moment, but I'm just basically going to work on bringing things through. So the harvest aspect of what is going to help you is the things that you bring through at this time. The fruits of your labors at this time are what's going to help you while you stay put, and not run around so much and just sort of stay. But also tap into your inner spirit and basically let that carry you forward, because you need it. But also just being aware that this is a season in your life. You may not know how long it's going to be, but you know that there is going to be an ending to it. So there is an amount of time, and you're just going to keep trying to bring things through during that time. What isn't going to help is you're worried about your energy levels. We have Sovilo, which is the rune of the sun. Sun has to do with source energy. So you're sort of worried that you're not going to have the energy that you need to get through this. If that starts to be the case, just remind yourself what you've already brought through, because at this stage you will already be bringing things through. Like the fruits of your labors are coming through, and you have like palpable evidence of this. So that's going to help you, and also remembering that this is a short amount of time, and not a short amount of time necessarily, but this is a fixed amount of time. Like this is not going to be a forever thing. And your outcome here is you are going to be setting out on a new path. This path, it'll be like a step-by-step kind of thing. It's going to be, slow growth, slow development. You're going to need patience for it, but it's like you can see the road ahead of you. You know that step-by-step you're going to get where you need to be. And every step is closer to where you need to be than you were before. So that's another something. So I do see definitely you're not as trapped as you think you are. We never are. B, you're going to get these chains off, and you're going to start your step-by-step journey away from that based on the work that you do at this point and in the near future. So that is looking exciting. Card number 2, people. I wish you good luck, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, card number 3, people. So I'm going to move this card over here, and I'm going to get the carnelian runes, because the carnelian runes have to do with courage. Well, the carnelian has to do with courage. And we're going to see what your situation is with these chains, which I don't see in this picture, but they're implied. I'm going to throw down the entire reading, and we're going to see what you need to know about getting out of these chains and getting yourself untrapped, because we are never as trapped as we think we are, and we need to get out of these chains, because that's not okay. You got to move forward. What's our final rune? Oh, I know you're in there. There you are. Lovely. Lovely. I approve. So your central issue is we have the rune Fehu. Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. And so not necessarily material wealth, but personal worth, and also the wealth that you tend. So whatever it is that keeps you feeling worthy and wealthy, but it's something that you have to take care of, because it was originally cattle. So Fehu is cattle, and so it's the wealth that you tend. But it's basically your focus is on wealth and worth. So perhaps what has been making you feel trapped where you currently are with the chains on is something to do with wealth, is something to do with basically feelings of worth and also wealth. But we are all worthy, and so this is something that you're going to need to. If it's a horrible situation, then you can be worthy somewhere else. So there we are. But that's what's sort of trapping you. Leading up to this, we have Yira. Yira is the rune of the harvest and also time. So you've been spending a lot of time thinking about how much time has passed, how little time may be left, and what do I have to show for it, kind of thing. But also, there's been a lot of fruits of your labors up until this point. Like you've been able to see, okay, I can see this, I can see it, and this is what's been giving me my wealth, and so here I am. But it's just like, I'm trapped, except you're not. You're never trapped as you think you are. So let's see. What will help you is, we have Thurisaz reversed. So Thurisaz is the rune of the challenge. It's the thorn, the giant, the gateway. It's on the helping line, so it is reversed. So when Thurisaz is reversed, it has to do with a challenge that feels almost impossible, but when it's in the helping line, it means embrace this challenge. As Carolyn Casey says, this is your beautiful, dangerous assignment. It may feel impossible, but embrace it as what it is, because this is what's going to get you out of these chains that I can't see in this card. But hopefully you get to keep the awesome tail. Anyway, because look at the tails, they're like awesome. Anyway, but what's going to help you at this point is you feel trapped based on feelings of wealth and worth. It's a wealth and worth thing that's keeping you trapped. So what's going to help you get out of that is embrace the challenge of getting out of that. Embrace it. Because you've done so well, that means you can do well in pretty much anything. So embrace the challenge. I bet you do well. What isn't going to help is doing nothing. literally just staying frozen in place and doing nothing. We have Isa, it's the rune of ice, standstill. And if it was in the path line or the upper line, I would say clarity, but it's not. It's in the lower line. It's almost like you're afraid of if you succumb to this feeling of like letting the lack of momentum keep you frozen in place, you'd be afraid of what clarity came through because you don't want to know. But you do know. You already know. You need to get out of there. So embrace the challenge. That's going to make everything else fall to the side. What your next step is going to be is you actually are really strong, and you're just going to remember that. You're going to remember how strong you are and how healthy you are. On whatever levels apply. We have Oooooos, it's the rune of the wild ox. It has to do with strength and health, and also stubbornness sometimes, and sometimes that's important, especially when you're getting out of a situation that you don't want to be in, that you maybe felt trapped in, but you know that you're not. So strength and health, you are strong, you are healthy, and you do have the stick-to-itiveness that you're going to need to do this. What's going to help you is have a plan. We have Gabo, which is the rune of the gift. It's always an exchange, and it has to do with agreements, decisions, and goals. So have a plan. Set your goals. Basically make that plan. That's what's going to carry you forward with your strength and your stubbornness at this. What isn't going to help is we have Hagalaz. Now, Hagalaz is the rune of the hailstorm. It has to do with the uncontrolled uncontrollables, chaos, natural forces, natural energies, things that you can't control. So this is why you make a plan, because yes, you're worried about that, and yes, anything can happen that might be out of your control, but the way that we deal with that is have a plan. Have plans for this, and have plans, like have that as part of your plan. Like basically, if you start to worry about, but what if, make a plan for the what ifs, like write them down. Even if you just write down the what ifs with a dash, and you're going to come back to them, keep working on that plan. Make that plan. Remember, you are strong. And what eventually you're going to do, I know you're going to get free because we have Sovilos. Sovilos is the rune of the sun, and the sun has to do with source energy. So you are going to be getting out of where you are feeling drained. Look, the torch is upside down. I'm not sure if that's the meaning, but it seems to be at this point. Where you're feeling drained in the situation you're in, you're going to be able to tap into your source energy once again. You're going to be able to get that energy back, and you're going to be able to move forward as the Aurochs moves towards the sun. So you're going to be definitely getting out of there and getting more energized than you've ever been before. So that card number 3, people, is your reading. I wish you good luck, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.